The button has been clicked. Is the mic on? The mic is on. It's moving around.
Is it pulsating?
It's doing the things.
Doing its thing. That's good.
It's doing the things.
When things are doing their thing, that's always good.
Okay.
How are we looking?
So that's how we look. I think it's okay. The lighting's a little wonky, but it'll work.
It just does.
It just does.
That's a major Hollywood production.
No.
Yet.
Wiki Bobby is the first in the chat. He was really waiting. Wow. Hey there, Bobby. Welcome aboard. And Captain Cleveland, he says, how do you do?
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Kazoo TV says, well, hello. Does that stand for Kalamazoo TV? Kazoo?
Kazoo TV.
Kazoo TV.
It sounds like one of those old radio guys. Welcome to Kazoo Radio. Kazoo TV, maybe? Let us know.
It's Kenji. Oh, cool. Yeah, Kalamazoo. Okay.
You figured it out.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey,
very cool. Todd Andrews is here. Ed Burge is here. He's a channel member. I see the star by his name.
Ooh. All right.
And our moderators are here. They have wrenches next to their name. If our regular viewers are interested in being a...
my arm fell disappeared.
Then you can move the camera. You do it. If you don't like it. I tried.
It's a little bit kind of like... It's not centered. Ooh, snaps.
Because I was moving some cords and I think I bumped it with my foot.
Okay.
So...
Oh, yeah, let's see. I can't...
And now it's saying we're offline for some reason.
Boy.
But then it came back.
Okay.
Can I
see the camera real quick?
Okay.
We start?
We're going to introduce ourselves here in a minute, guys.
I guess it's good enough.
And
as long as it gets cut off, I should be fine.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's okay. It's about sort of balanced. Okay, Seth is here. The CTAC, Jack Gray, Paul Buser, a channel member. Jack Gray's another channel member. Cool.
Wow, nice.
Rich is here. All right, well, we haven't done a podcast in like over a month because we're lame. Like,
no, we're not lame. We're busy. I mean, one could, if we did everything we wanted to do, I don't know. I mean, most people have that issue. You can't spread yourself too thin in life, right? You have to. Your other things that are important. So
sometimes things happen, but
this, not that this isn't important. It's just
Well, we had the holidays and everything.
Yeah, we had COVID,
we had COVID again. Last month.
Yeah, I mean, things it gets tough.
That was no fun.
You got to recover, then catch up with everything you couldn't do. Blah 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 blah. It's life, Life is interruptus. That's Latin.
I'm putting this out there in case if no one knows how. If you're coughing in public, cough into your sleeve. Turn away from other people so you're not coughing on them. Don't cough into your hands and touch everything.
Okay, Mom.
Don't cough. Cough without covering your mouth on people and then get them sick, because that's kind of what happened.
Rude. Yeah.
We got coughed on, and then a week later we both got sick. So
whatever. You can't. That's the thing.
Common sense, people.
I think, it's just going to happen. But any more health tips you want to give out before we start the show?
No, that's it.
Take your vitamins, eat your vegetables.
Sound is clipping. What's up with the sound?
What's up?
All right, can you guys hear us okay? Are we good?
The microphone is in.
The microphone's plugged in.
Everything, all the connections secure.
The
clipping could be on their end, so let's get a consensus, yeah?
We'll give it a minute.
Yeah, ask people, is it just one person clipping sound? You know what I mean? Can anyone confirm that?
My Pick TV says okay now.
Okay.
I guess it's all right now. Sounds fine. Maybe because I moved this and the mic is like right there.
I don't know.
So I'll try to move that in the middle.
Okay.
And it looks like it's going. Okay.
So we get ready? Everything ready to go,
let's start this thing.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Living the Scream!
The behind the scenes of The Mummy and the Monkey. So I'm Janet, and who are you?
I'm James, and this is Louie.
And there's
our cat,
Louie.
Louie, one of our crypt kitties, Louie. He decided to sit in literally on my lap.
He was waiting for you to join us because when I was getting the computer ready, he was sitting in your chair, waiting for you.
He's like, his butt's going to be there soon, so I'll wait till he sits down so I can do my thing.
He loves cuddling up with you.
I love when he cuddles up with me.
He is such a sweet guy.
He's my lap cat. He's your cat, technically, but my lap cat.
I rescued him from the outside world 10 years ago, and he became your cat. he loves you.
Took a shine to me.
I mean, he's friendly with everybody. He's
Yes.
just a nice kitty, but he really loves James.
He is the best. He's my man. Right, Lou?
And we have 2 other kitties, but they're not as camera friendly. Earl and Jack are very camera shy.
It's going to turn into me petting Louie and loving Louie up show.
But enough about cats. You came here to hear about other things.
I hope. We hope. Anyway, who knows? Maybe
Maybe they like cats too.
But man, so we are still, I believe, processing this past weekend that went down.
Yeah.
We attended a show. It was a 1-day show in Akron called Monster Fest Mania.
Yes.
And it's like the last one they had was what? Let's give people a little background.
So Monster Fest Mania is put on by the same folks who put together Akron Comic Con, and it's a little show that they do in Akron, Ohio, in the Akron area. And Monster Fest Mania was a horror-themed, like classic horror and contemporary horror film convention. So they have horror hosts like us. They have, actors, B-movie actors, different guests, and then they have different vendors selling cool merch. And they also play movies throughout the day and have discussion panels. And the first Monster Fest Mania was back in 2016, and I think it was in downtown Akron, Ohio, and it was, it might have been a 2-day event. I don't remember if it was 1 day or 2 days, but I remember at the time, Mama Monkey was recovering from surgery, and you were hanging out with her to make sure she was okay.
So I couldn't attend, but
so
you
couldn't go.
You represented.
But I thought, well, maybe I could go just for a day to represent and pass out flyers and stuff like that, just to promote the show. And obviously talk with fans.
How was it that time when you went? Was it
It was busy.
Yeah.
It was busy. And I remember a lot of people came up to say hi. And this was when The Mummy and the Monkey were still kind of new. And we weren't even doing live streams. We were just putting out some episodes like on YouTube and straight to DVD. We were sending them out to different Roku channels, public access channels, pretty much any channel that would play it.
Yeah, and I think it's because, specifically, I think, some states that have, the lock on these things are, Pennsylvania, because they tend to have a lot of conventions. In Ohio, I know every state has different, big major cities and blah, blah, but we have Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, and that's, Akron. So we have all these, bigger cities within the state that, love this stuff.
Oh, yeah, and you have to think, us Ohioans, we're cooped up during a lot of the fall and winter months.
Yeah.
In January, there were some big snowstorms and blizzards and stuff like that.
So any reason to get out.
February rolls around. February.
However you want to say
There we go.
More appropriate.
So we're in February now, and the weather was actually really mild over the weekend. We actually saw the sun. We haven't seen the sun in over a week.
And yeah, so there and they had again.
So people were just really excited to come out.
Yeah, and some of the guests that attended were cast members from The Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead. Victoria Price, Vincent Price's daughter, was supposed to show up, but she unfortunately canceled. And I think the promoters were a little worried about the turnout because of that. But
they were, but they're thinking she might be at the next one. They want to have another one next year.
There's some talk of some other people coming through that I'm excited to see even more so this year than this year. I liked everyone that showed up, of course, this time. But I'm excited about the next one that they're talking about, too. So,
yeah.
There's already a buzz. And there was a buzz before this went down about this show. We were excited about going.
Yeah, and it seemed like everyone was going. Everyone that lived in the area wanted to come out, and then there were even some people that came out from Columbus and Cincinnati.
Right.
Some people said that they were from Kentucky that came out.
They said they were. We weren't sure if they were. No, yeah. Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Some of the guests were from Pennsylvania.
People trekked out from all around, to come to the center, pretty much the center of Ohio.
Yeah, so that was pretty sweet.
And what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought.
And the very first Monster Fest Mania, this was something that was a big deal to me. I did get to meet and speak with Ivana Cadaver.
Oh, that's right.
She's a very popular horror hostess. And for a while, I don't know if she still is, she was making episodes with Butch Patrick from the Munsters.
Who might attend the next one.
Who was Eddie Munster. And yeah, Butch Patrick might be at the next Monster Fest
That'll
Mania.
be a big draw, especially if he brings his cars.
Yeah, he's super nice. We've met him a couple times. We did a little bit of video with him once when he made an appearance at a collectible shop. It was called Toys and Noise down in Akron.
Yeah, even one of the guys from there stopped.
He stopped by to talk to us.
Yeah, there were some people that surprised us that showed up, and it was basically it was so great. I mean, I was going to say too. And here's the other thing though, for this one day show. It ran 10 hours and went from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
But by like 7:30 we left.
We were there almost 12 hours if you think about it.
Well, when you think of the travel time and the time it took for us to get put together,
we left here at 8.
We left the house at 8 in the morning
to get there by 9 to set up.
To get there by 9 to set up.
And we were there basically for 12 hours.
Yeah, it was a 12-hour day.
Man, that's a fire drill right there. That was like crazy.
And I don't know if maybe like from us taking the winter, not making appearances much over the winter.
We're just getting old.
Well, and maybe we're just getting older because like.
But hey,
he kicked our butts.
But we were
towards the end of the night. We were beat.
Anyone there that was set up, everybody were troopers. I can't fault that. Anyone that showed up, and most people stayed for the duration, and it wasn't anything. It didn't slog off. It took a little while, honestly, to get going.
Like an hour or so, and after like an hour or so in, then like everybody showed up.
And it was nonstop.
There was a nonstop period in the afternoon where it was like everybody came up to talk, and it was great to talk to everybody.
It was amazing.
It was so fun.
The little breaks we did have, we tried to go, and we did actually. We didn't try. We did. Get out and grabbed a bunch of interviews from some of the guests that attended and some of the artists and things like that were there.
Yeah.
So some filmmakers, we got filmmakers, artists, and celebrities.
Yeah, there was a filmmaker from Philadelphia that we spoke with, and one of his actresses, and then
the Ruins Art guy,
and then the Dave Ruins Art. A famous artist who's gone viral on Instagram and stuff like that, and TikTok. He's really cool. He recognized us. He's like, "Hey, Mummy Monkey." He was all excited to see us.
He was nice to me in the parking lot, even out of my. He was like, "Hey, man." Yeah. Because I guess he knows, He
probably recognized us.
But I'm like, "Hey," and I'm like, I'm trying to remember, and then
I'm like, "Oh, you're the art guy."
Yeah. But it's like, it catches you off guard sometimes because I don't think anybody would recognize me when I'm out of the monkey get up, but I guess sometimes they do, but. Yeah, so but we were constantly busy. I mean, it did slow down around 5 or 6, which you'd imagine it would.
By 4:35, it was like slowing down a little bit, but people were still coming up to chat.
Yeah.
And then we recorded a video for a fellow horror host.
Yes.
And that will be on his next show.
Send it in, yeah.
Yeah, we have to. I have to work on a lot of video this week.
Yeah,
we're a lot.
Busy. We're still gonna now. This is
because there's like 5 or 6 interviews. Plus some shout out videos,
but it was one of those.
It was just it had such a good vibe to this show. Being a 1-day show, it was really mighty. It was like full of just all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, and it was like I said, so fun. I mean, some of the people that came out that we'd met for the first time. So there were a lot of first timers that we've never met that watch our show, and then a bunch of the regulars. Which was just, again, it's just like, hey, it's like, it's like that little reunion thing,
And something different that I started, like a week or 2 ago, I found at a thrift shop a guest book, like a vintage guest book that no one wrote in.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, well, maybe I could use that for one of the conventions and have people sign the guest book, just to do something different.
So obviously we're talking Mummy Monkey now,
Mummy Monkey, okay. Yeah, we're still talking Mummy Monkey.
We're just going to stay with that first, for the first half.
Because there's a lot to talk about with that.
So where did we needed this really bad to just be able to
decompress and go over our thoughts about this and share it with you guys.
Unpack.
There's a lot to unpack.
A lot to unpack here.
At the end of the day.
Yes, I don't want to mix drinks or but we have to
all that office lingo.
We have to pivot.
That people do now.
Shut up. But but so where do we start? I mean, you think we were done, but we're not. I mean. So gosh, I mean, you name it. It was like the Marty from Art from Art came out, and Grandpappy, Terry Riffick, who we haven't seen, Shook, who we haven't seen in a while since Monster Bash.
Yeah, Terry Riffick. She Her last name's a different last name.
Yeah, well, now it is.
But anyway.
Oh, not Terry. I'm sorry.
Terry Riffick, she makes
bad.
cool monster stuff like purses and shirts using monster fabric.
Yeah, what is
and
Terry?
she's really crafty and makes really cool things.
Yeah, and
so
we met her husband. Yeah,
we met her new hubby.
Finally got to meet the hubby.
Yeah, and they are just the cutest couple.
Yeah, they were there, and there were a lot of people. They were other horror hosts that were there that she hadn't seen or knows or are acquainted with that she was busy. So she was busy too. It was like a little bit of a reunion there.
Yeah.
My gosh, I mean.
Some mini monsters came to visit,
and
a lot of people were wearing our T-shirts, and it was very, that was really sweet to see that.
Multiple, there'd be a father and in the case
a whole family
with
showing
Noelle,
up in our shirts.
We got to meet Mini Monster Noelle for the first time, and her father for the first time, and they were both wearing a shirt, a Mummy Monkey shirt.
It was really sweet,
crazy, and she was like,
and I was out and then people were wanting to buy more shirts, and I had limited T-shirt sizes in person.
Yeah.
Online through Teespring, it's print on demand, so they handle the printing and shipping. We just, we create the store and you put in the designs. So, for the T-shirts, I have to go with another company to order them from. So,
right.
Yeah, I ran out of extra large T-shirts. That seems to be the most popular size.
Oh yeah, that usually is.
I'm thinking
sorry, Lou, we had to switch.
We'll just get our original Mummy and the Monkey design, maybe for Cinema Wasteland, and just order a bunch of those.
Yeah.
Because that's the original,
Yeah,
a lot of people like that original design.
The white and
the red and white, yeah. Okay. So we will be getting in more T-shirts for Cinema Wasteland and some other appearances we're doing in the future.
Any questions popping up? As we're
let's read some comments.
Hi, Lou. Lou.
I thought I heard Louis purring, says Sears.
He is.
He is purring. WTF, Horror and Sci-Fi is here. Wiki Bobby is asking, did you buy anything good?
There it was.
We bought autographs.
We bought some autographs right after we interviewed some of the folks. We bought their autographs. I picked up a couple of things small comic books. Talked to Tony Isabella, the comic creator from Cleveland, who created heroes like Black Lightning. And wrote tons of stuff for DC
Tony's
and Marvel
awesome.
in the 70s.
Yeah.
Such a great guy. He owned a comic book shop here in Cleveland.
What was the name of it?
Back in the day, called Cosmic Comics. And I used to go there all the time as a kid, catch the bus downtown. And that's because we didn't have any comic shops, except for the corner stores, which didn't have everything. Yeah. Cosmic Comics had everything. So, we went there. And so we talked to him a few times. He even stopped by our table. And in my mind, the guy's such a legend that it's just like, what is it's like, he's like, hey, I just got to come by and talk to my favorite Mummy and Monkey. Or dude, I mean,
he's a comic book legend, and he's coming up to talk with us, and he's just chatting,
just shooting the breeze about whatevs.
And he's just so sweet. And he's so kind to all the fans and the other vendors and everybody.
He's got a new book out.
Yeah.
He's got a book out that it's going to be 8 volumes that covers all of this. His influences in comics in the early '60s. He kind of goes over each book and gives us a little review of it.
Aw,
and it's
cool.
going to be 8 volumes of it. So the first volume.
We'll have to buy it.
I got it. I bought it.
Oh, you did buy it?
I did buy it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
we'll have to read it.
That's what's sitting on the coffee table out there. Around all the other junk that we bought thrifting. We'll get to that in a little bit. But we had a full weekend, so we did that convention all day, and then the next day I got up and went to the flea market. And then we both went to another place that we like to thrift.
Yeah, I wanted to get up and go to the flea market with you.
We had such
the next
big
morning
dreams for the weekend.
Yeah, I had all these
lofty.
I'm gonna do this and that, and the next morning I was like, I was like,
you were smart. I was.
I'm like, no, I need to sleep in a little bit.
But I digress. But I was just giving people a outline of the weekend. But
my feet were sore. I was beat yesterday morning.
But our goal was to focus on getting home, ordering pizza, and watching The Bone Jangler.
Night. Saturday night we got home. So we have to we're coming back from the convention, and I'm calling in to order the pizza
I timed it perfectly
on our way home, and the pizza place closed within that half hour.
Yeah, at 9:00 we're
we made it within 10 minutes before they closed.
Yeah,
it was epic.
It was like the first Indiana Jones, when the boulder rolls down and when he's running out of that tunnel, and then the door that thing closes down, and his hat drops, and he grabs the hat. I grabbed the pizza box right when they shut the door. They close it. No,
we ordered our pizzas, and we had some yummy wings with it.
Oh boy,
some salad,
perfect root beer.
You had a root beer.
Heaven.
It was
sitting there,
perfect.
put on Monster Channel and just...
Yeah, I think we both dozed off on the couch.
Yeah, it was a pretty long night.
We watched the Bone Jingler a little bit and then dozed off.
It was just, we watched that whole show.
But we'll have to watch the rest of it Tuesday night.
Yeah,
they do a repeat of Saturday's shows on Tuesday.
We did one of those movie mashup things where it's like just about almost all of my favorite B movies, put into one. It was under the giant Gila monster movie, but he like splices in to make it work too with the story, like Night of the Living Dead. Plan 9 from Outer Space.
So it was a monster mashup of all kinds of things. Man.
Yeah, somehow it all works out the way he mashes it up. Pretty clever. But that was fun. But we usually focus on something like that to get us through long days or conventions because, to me that's like the finish line. It's like what can you focus on to look forward to just
because it's like a marathon and we have a lot of fun like chatting with everybody.
Oh my god, our throats were like
yeah I was losing my voice.
It was great.
My throat
I love
was
that.
Sore. It's getting a little better now, but it's we love doing it and we just do like a handful of appearances a year. We're not like every day going out, so it's worth it to us.
Whoa.
But yeah, it was nice to just, when we're all done, it's like a marathon. When you're all done, you look forward to
you just need something
hanging out on the couch.
Yeah, you need something to come back to. But in the meantime, we had a ball talking to all y'all.
Yeah.
And when we stopped by, we made some new possible viewers. Who knows?
Yeah.
Some people seemed genuinely interested.
There were some new people that had no idea why we were dressed like that. They're just like, oh, can I take a picture? Your costumes are cool.
Yeah, but there was.
So I'm like, oh well, here's a flyer, so you know what this is about.
That one couple at the end came through. I think they had a little boy with them, little kid, who was not interested in us at all. He's just like, nah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, the parents were interested. Their son wasn't.
But the mom was.
It was funny.
Like, and we're like, do you remember Big Chuck? She goes, oh God, yeah, I love this. She goes, I got some stuff. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to dig it out tonight. I'm interested in looking at the memorabilia. I guess she went to some of their appearances over the years and got autographs.
That's
so
great.
They got a poster. Big Chuck and Little John posters I put together that I drew. She bought one of those and one of our. I mean, it was like she never saw the show, but she bought one of our posters and one of the Big Chuck and Little John posters that we sell. So it was like it's just all the feels, and then we all got a surprise when somebody that we really like and enjoyed over the years on the Big Chuck and Little John show showed up just as someone that walked the show. Bill Ward dropped by.
Yes, and he was so. We spoke with him at Goulardi Fest back
Explain who he is real quick.
So Bill Ward was like an announcer. He has the perfect announcer voice, and he worked for Channel 8, and I think he still works for them, or maybe not.
He's got to be doing something with that voice, right?
He might still be involved with them.
The voice,
I'm not sure.
There, and he's amazing. But apparently, I mean, and there's stuff I didn't even know. We found out that the guy worked on the Houlihan and Big Chuck show in the 60s. He goes back that far.
Yeah, like I didn't realize he went back that far.
I feel
and then
bad
a
that
mutual,
I didn't know that.
A friend of ours is.
You could say Carl. He watches the show.
Okay, our friend Carl has been talking with him and is possibly going to interview him and get some videos.
Yeah, he's working on a pretty big project right now. That if you're a Big Chuck and Little John fan, it's going to be a very interesting thing. Hopefully, it comes about in the way he wants to. We'll see. But anyway, he's stoked about it. And everyone was, I mean, when Bill Ward came through, it's like, oh my God, he cut a little promo for us, so show ID.
So we got a quick video clip with him, because we didn't want to bug him too much. But he was like asking us questions like he was interviewing us. It was hilarious. Kind of surreal, because I'm like, well, here's this like TV legend person, and he's asking us a bunch of questions about our show.
Local Cleveland stuff, but it's just amazing. I mean,
just so nice and person.
Just when you thought it was, you're like, oh, that was great to meet this person, and it's good to see them again. Then something else just happened. It's just like boom, 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 and all the interviews that you did, the people were very nice, and really just
the Dawn of the Dead people and the Day of the Dead, the one Day of the Dead actor, super nice, and it reminded me of back when, like, I met the Night of the Living Dead people for the very first time, when Bill Heinzman would make appearances, and I met him for the first time, and he was super nice. Like, it has that nice retro nostalgic, and they truly care about the fans. Their autograph prices are very reasonable. They were very kind, and to do videos with us.
Yeah.
And we bought all their autographs.
And the Ghoul brothers were there.
The Ghoul brothers were set up there.
They were set up there. They came around. We talked to Matt, I believe his name is, right? The guy that, the fella that one of the head
yeah,
guys
and they had a whole crew of people dressed up like monsters and stuff walking around and lurking
I think
about.
that might have been their first time there, so they had a table. I need to get that new shirt they had with the yellow skull.
That was a cool design.
Dang it.
That was cool.
I'll get one. But,
well, maybe we'll get to film there later this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna. But there's a reason to go back, so I can
we'll
buy
have
a
to
shirt.
Figure that out with them.
But great people there. It was just fun. I mean, I don't know. You know you're going to work, but go ahead.
Let's read some comments.
Please.
There's a lot of comments here.
Come on.
Victor, I probably have 2 Mummy and Monkey shirts. Thank you, Victor. John Biggins, I've got several shirts that are worn out from wearing them so much.
Wow.
Gotta buy more. Aw.
Oh, and we debuted a new product. We had travel mugs made.
Yes,
by,
travel mugs.
Cleveland Customs.
Cleveland
Custom Creations.
Yeah, sorry, a burp.
I hope that's what
that was. A burp. Cleveland Custom Creations made the travel mugs. They also made the decals. We have car decals.
Too.
But I mean, you could put them on like a pencil case, a guitar case.
Your dog.
Not your dog.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Your kid. No.
Your locker, your wall, just whatever you want to stick them to. But the stickers don't unstick. Once you stick them on something, they're stuck.
Like after 72 hours, the adhesive is like
they're stuck for good.
Bonds to the whatever.
Yeah,
material.
they're very strong decals. So we had those for sale. We also had our like posters and pictures, and our DVDs, which I don't think the DVDs were as popular there, but they were also older shows that most of our regulars already have.
Yeah. So. And if you want to look up Cleveland Custom Creations, I think they have a Facebook page and they have social media. Mm-hmm. It's Cleveland Custom Creations with K's, so it's CKK basically, right? Or is
Cleveland
it
with a C,
CKC?
Custom with a K, Creations with a C.
So CKC.
CKC.
I think there was a
Cleveland Custom Creations.
So look them up. Get some cool. I'm pretty sure she does mail order and everything.
Amanda says, Janet, you made my husband's day. Oh, it was very nice to see you, Amanda, and your hubby, and I hope you guys are doing well.
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean,
it was very sweet.
Like I said, it was just, man, I don't know. It was just amazing.
Marty says, I had a ball with you guys. I want a porcelain coffee cup next time. Yeah, we've sold out of the ceramic coffee mugs.
Yes, those are all for
now. I have to
get some new stuff.
We'll have to get more made.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the stuff that people, I guess, seem to really, because they'll use it every day.
Yeah. Denise is here. Hi, Denise.
But yeah, it was a blast. It was really a blast. It was everything that I would have hoped for, and more.
Yeah.
For a show.
Jeremy says, loved meeting you guys on Saturday. And you guys, Amanda says you guys are fun to talk to. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we love, we're people persons or whatever we are. Creatures. People creatures.
People creatures. And let's see here. Wanted to go to Monster Fest Mania, says Denise. I had a wake and funeral mass. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, a few people mentioned that they had stuff that went on that day.
Plus, I had a nasty cold. Well, we don't want you to go out if you have a cold.
Yeah.
We want you to feel better.
I don't know where you're located, but there's always Cinema Wasteland coming up in April, and then again in October.
Oh, yeah. Come back and visit at Cinema Wasteland will be the next event.
For sure.
That's, I believe, early April.
We're there for 3 days.
Yeah.
So it's always a blast. We always have a good time there.
And Todd says, my son and grandkids had a good time.
Good.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah. Oh, and then
Draugr says it was a nice little show, and yes, he did introduce himself as Draugr. He's like, hey guys, I'm Draugr, or something like that, and I'm like, oh yeah, hey, remember you?
And then the husband and wife duo, the Butler did it, showed up.
Yes, the Butler did it
with their grandson Ben.
Ben and his family.
Yes, Ben and the family.
Yeah.
And they're always a blast to talk to. I love talking to them and to everybody.
Yeah.
But then they came back later, like an hour before the show, and they brought us Skyline chili.
Yeah, while we were getting ready to pack up, they came over and brought us food, and that was so sweet.
I had my
we weren't expecting that at all. But
so
we took that home and we ate that the next day.
The plan was we had grub Sunday for the next day.
Yeah, we thought, well, we'll take it home, put it in the fridge, we'll eat that later because we really wanted pizza.
And I hadn't had Skyline chili in forever, like literally decades. I haven't had it.
Yeah, because it's only like in certain cities.
There's one on Ridge Road, I believe.
Is
still.
there?
I think it's still there.
I thought there was one like in Cincinnati that a lot of people go to.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty. I don't know if they. I think there's been one forever in Ridge Park Square.
Let me look that up.
See if it's in Ridge Park Square. But
I didn't think it was that close.
But I forgot that one of their things was that you get it. They put the chili on spaghetti. So
Stowe, Ohio is the closest one.
So they closed that one, and
the closest one is Stowe.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's
Which
why I
isn't
probably haven't
that
had
far
it.
from Akron.
No.
Yeah.
So anyway, any hoozle. So what I did was I had my heart set on chili dogs, thinking that there was just a bunch of chili in there without look because I didn't look.
We
at
didn't
it.
know that it was the spaghetti chili.
That's fine. I'd just forgotten. And
Yeah.
so I bought hot dogs and buns and we went.
Yeah.
So
we like spaghetti noodles.
When we popped open the food, I'm like, oh, there's all the spaghetti. So, but that didn't stop me. All I did was throw all the spaghetti and chili on the damn hot dog with all my other condiments, and it was so good.
That's funny.
So thank you, the butler did it, and Ben, it was delicious. It got eaten. It was not going to go to waste.
Amanda says, I forgot to get the travel mug. That's okay next time.
I saw that her post, she said, yeah.
Yeah, and later on, after these appearances and stuff, we want to put more of the merch stuff on eBay for people or through maybe PayPal, so we can just
do you need a mug too, Lou?
process the payment that way and ship it out to people.
I got
And
to
then,
change my leg again. They keep falling
Jeremy
asleep.
says, thanks for giving Noelle a pen.
Oh yeah, she was cracking me up, man. She was a trip. It was just so much fun. Like I said, and that age thing again, where it goes from the kids to the folks that used to watch Goulardi.
all different ages, different
Marty.
generations there.
Yeah. It's
it's so cool
to have that sort of
You've
there.
got the boomers, the millennials, the Gen Zs.
It's like
all different age groups.
I mean,
yeah.
Blows my mind.
And you know what brings it all together? We all like the cheesy movies. We all like monster movies. We all like comic books and all this nerd stuff.
We all just like hanging out, talking about whatever, and keeping it, on a platform that's or on a level that's not too risque or too adult at all. I mean, we do some.
We do little
bathroom humor, but
a lot of bathroom humor.
I'll do some double entendre here. And there.
Some entendre jokes.
Entendre, double entendre.
Double entendre jokes. Yeah.
But
innuendos, things like that.
And if we're in Canada and it's really cold, sometimes we'll do some tundra jokes. The tundra. Anyway,
or just bad dad jokes. Yeah.
But yeah, I like to think our show has a little bit of everything in it, or we try to do it that way, I think. But I don't know what the hell we're doing.
I'd love a Mummy and the Monkey mouse pad, says the C-Tag.
Mouse pad? People still use those?
People still use them? We still use them here, but we're like old school.
I just never bought one. I think we just have some stuff that I don't use it. I use it, because I use a pen. I use the pen where I work, for my work, and I use a mouse on my pen pad, but yeah, we could make those.
Skyline Chili Ridge Park is closed. Okay, yeah, we found that out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't been in a long time.
Oh, John Lincoln is watching. Hey, John.
John Lincoln.
Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, man.
Let's see.
Lately, he's not moving.
Eat Amigos next time.
Yes, so people keep talking about.
We were at, the convention was held at Amigos Party Center, and they had some food there. So we had like some hot dogs there, and it was like, But I heard that their actual restaurant is good. We haven't actually eaten from their restaurant.
So there's the challenge there, and it's our problem. We have to figure it out. But we usually bring something to eat because we can't leave the table.
Yeah, we usually like pack sandwiches or bring like granola bars or something, snacks.
Shove in our head while we're working.
Yeah.
And and to be honest with you, I mean, sometimes I don't want to leave. I just want to, because we just have to be there to sign it. Because a lot of people aren't going to be there all the time. So when they're there, we try to
be at the table as much as possible.
I don't know what they got going on. Maybe they have to be in and out.
So we can be there if they want an autograph or want a
and that's
picture
fine.
Or something.
And that's fine. But so we
but we need to eat and take a break sometimes. So at the same time, I was thinking of maybe getting a sign that says like "out to lunch, be back soon" or something.
Yeah, and
so then we could like step away for a little bit, go get a bite to eat, come back. But it's a lot to do all that.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. I always feel like we're missing something.
I know. I feel the same way too.
The closest we ever did was when we did Cinema Wasteland. We would get when we would have a room. We would each give each other a half-hour break, to go up and do whatever.
When we would stay there
for half an hour and try to recharge. But yeah.
Ron says there's supposed to be a total eclipse in Cleveland on 4/8/24. Hopefully the sky is clear. We'll be there for Cinema Wasteland. Are you going to do a Mardi Gras and Valentine's Day show Friday?
Should do Mardi Gras. For Mart.
Oh my.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Should we theme it? We'll theme it.
We're not sure what we're doing this Friday, honestly.
Yeah, we don't. We
have a
usually
few
never
movies
know.
in mind that we want to maybe play, so it's just picking one out and then running it through YouTube to make sure it's okay to play. And hopefully we have something decided.
Like the last one that got.
I know, right? So we'll see how that goes. And if not, we'll just hang out and chat with everybody. Let's see. Lon says I would buy a Mummy and Monkey mouse pad.
Okay.
So some people are saying they would buy a mouse pad.
Sure. I mean, yeah. Why not? I mean, it's a lot of. It's a good amount of space to put something. So we could do something cool.
There you go.
Yeah. Sure. Mouse pads.
On a banana run sign, says Kevin.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna go.
So yeah, that's where we're at. We just had a really good time yesterday.
Oh boy, it's just so much to I can't wait.
A lot to process,
But that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. All the feels. You're just on such of a high.
Yeah.
That and it's sad when it all has to stop. But there's always next time. So
yeah. And,
Friday.
And you need a break. You need a
Friday
rest.
night.
I needed a rest for
now,
sure.
There were some people there that I wish we could have talked to more, like that Chad and Bunny from the Monster Channel. That the puppet,
oh yeah, they
the
have
guy
a
in the
puppet type of show, and I talked with them briefly, before they left for the day.
But I kept wanting to say hello to them.
Yeah, we kept meaning to talk with them a little more. And
so next time we're at an appearance, I definitely want to take a.
We were pulled in every different direction to go do all the things.
And I'm beating myself up.
I mean, you can only do so much in one day.
Yeah, and I'm beating myself up. There's so much, and it's not the only thing. There's
there were other people too we wanted to talk with. There was another person there that was a stunt.
Oh, yeah.
Double, like a stunt person for movies, and we didn't get to chat with him yet at all.
So much stuff.
We should have, because I'm sure he had some great stories.
Yeah, and I like I said earlier, I mean, the thing is that I've been sometimes I'll beat myself up for not doing this or that, but any second you got to sort of take a second,
right?
Because
if not, do what you can.
Well, you have to, and at some point you have to just chill for a second and then get back into it.
Yeah, you can't just
stop for a second.
Yeah, sometimes you have to sit down, take a break, get something to eat,
or just not do nothing for 5 minutes if you can get it.
Or have 5 minutes to just sit for a minute.
Well, good problem to have. Like I said,
5 minutes to sit for.
So there's always next time. I mean,
5 minutes to sit for 5 minutes.
We really wanted to try to connect it with as many people as we could there. And I thought we tried our best to. So
I thought we did. That
Doc Dredd from Doc Dredd Reviews.
We met Dr. Dredd.
Yeah.
And he helped us with our some of the videos.
Yeah.
He held the camera for us when we did a video.
So a lot of these people are our Monster Channel personalities. Go to monsterchannel.com.
And he gave us the friendly reminder, hey, do this shout out video. Hey, you need to do this. And I'm like, oh, yeah, we do need to do that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I might have forgotten. So thank you, Dr. Dredd. He reminded us.
Yeah, so like I said, there was just so much. And there weren't people going around saying that they think this is or it feels like Ghoulardi Fest to them?
There were people on Instagram saying that Monster Fest Mania felt like the new Ghoulardi Fest. Because Ghoulardi Fest is no more. It was a convention that Big Chuck and Little John used to put on with some other folks, and it was all about Cleveland nostalgia and those retro shows.
Well, celebrating the Ghoulardi
and the B
show,
movies, the Ghoulardi, Big Chuck and Little John show, all that stuff.
Very Cleveland centric, but very late night. Channel 8 or Channel 43.
Yeah.
All the it's very horror or movie / horror host related.
Along with other stuff like
yeah.
Cleveland nostalgia, some sports memorabilia.
It's so big that that every show we ever do, people still will ask us what's going on with it, and we're like,
it's not around anymore.
Now we could officially say it's no more.
Yeah, they were having trouble securing a location, and now
there's a lot
now that
of factors.
A lot of the people who were running it are getting older. It's just harder for them. So they just
anything's possible. Who knows what will happen? But for the foreseeable
now,
future,
it's not going to happen.
Yeah. So hopefully everyone that wanted to go got to go when they were around. They did it for 20 years.
Oh yeah.
Went on for a good chunk there.
It did, and
I can't believe
it'll be nice to see Monster Fest Mania back again next year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it already.
Yeah. It'll be really cool.
We're gonna bring fatigue mats next time,
and maybe I'll wear those platform sneakers.
We should have, yeah.
Like the baby Spice shoes.
Yeah. Oh.
I need some Spice Girl shoes.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Something that's cushioned.
So, you think that wraps up? Or anything else you want to talk about?
So that's why you guys, when I make appearances, you never see me wearing high heels. It just kills my feet.
I'm trying to think, because every second...
TMI, right? But, well, it is what it is.
I'm trying to think, like, if there's anything I left out, because we could talk more. I'm going to talk about it again on the show, I know that. But, on this week's show, but, yeah. But if I missed anybody, I apologize, but I'm there's just so much, but... Yeah. But if you were there, how.
I will do some shout outs on Friday from the guest book,
right?
Throughout the show. We'll do like a few here and there throughout the show.
Good idea. That'd be fun.
A lot of people were signing the guest book.
That was a good idea. Good idea.
Because like we collect autographs of a lot of the famous people, but the fans to us are also
fans of theirs.
The famous people. We're fans of the fans.
Yeah.
So we thought, hey, whoever's wanting to stop by, let them sign the guest book.
Yeah, I know you can't
see
me smiling.
And I put monster stickers on it, and I decorated it.
You can see Janet smile, but I'm smiling just as big under that mask. So
yeah.
It's always a blast. I mean, it's interesting to I don't know how do you I don't know what to say other than it's a lot of fun.
It was cool, and with any show, you're nervous like how it's gonna go.
Exactly.
Who's gonna come out, like...
You should see us before. She's a bundle of nerves.
Oh, totally. I had,
on the way there, setting up.
Well, I get anxiety sometimes.
I get it.
So this is more TMI. So, on the way there, we were, pulling into the parking lot, and, the nerves were setting in.
Kicking in.
I'm like a little shaky chihuahua or something. And then, after a minute or two, I'm like, okay, I'm good. Let's do this.
Yeah. But it just took the day to get kicked in, and then you just pop right into into beast mode.
Yeah,
and that's it. I mean, you're just on.
Yeah,
and when the people come out, we just go for it and go with it and just have a lot of fun with it. It has its own sort of center of gravity, and we just kind of roll with it. Okay. Is there a super chat?
Connie Cleary, wow. Hello, Miss Connie, and thank you for the super chat. That's really sweet of you.
Got to make a little noise for that.
You got the guitar this time.
All right. That needs a tune up.
That sounded a little ratchet.
Yeah, I like it. Something Beck would do or something.
Jeff wants to know if Janet is on this Friday. Hey Jeff, yes, I will be on this Friday. I am hosting a show with my monkey man. So.
Yeah, with Grim.
Yeah.
But
Denise says adrenaline rush. Oh, maybe it is adrenaline.
You got. Yeah.
It's nerves
it's
too.
Nerves. Just nerves.
It's anxiety.
Performance anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Totally, but there's a lot of famous people that have anxiety.
I don't know if that's the same.
There is.
I think that might be a guy thing. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually an actual term.
It could be any type of performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. I mean, a Wasteland will be like 3 days of that, so it'd be crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears here. Okay, we're gonna go into thrifting mode.
Woo!
So tax time is now. We're getting things put together to get our taxes done eventually.
Blech.
And I'm looking over numbers from last year, and I'm looking over what I've spent on some things thrifting.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the thrift store prices.
And you're devising a new plan of attack.
And damn, some thrift stores, the prices have gone way high.
You're almost buying retail.
Yeah, it's almost for the new price. So a pair of jeans could be $8 at a Goodwill.
Yeah. But
I could go to Burlington Coat Factory and get a brand new pair of jeans for $10.
Right.
Or go to Walmart and get new jeans for $15.
Well, because now they're in it's only because now they're in the flipping game.
How is that a deal?
They're in the flipping game.
You're buying used.
Well,
those
stores, as we talked about this before.
It's crazy, right?
Those stores used to be for people that didn't have a lot of money to be able to afford basic stuff. Clothes, toys, whatever, shoes. And it was priced accordingly. But it's turned to be. But now the reselling and the advent of the internet and reselling, it's now turned into a flipping place. They do the exact same thing.
I know that they're hip on the flippers. They know people go in there to flip stuff, so then they want their piece of the pie too. So like, let's say if something is $15 used online, some thrift stores will do like half that, like $7.
Which is still too much.
Which is still too much for a reseller. It might be okay for the average buyer just buying something that they need.
That's where that's who gets,
because they're still getting a little bit of a discount. But when you're doing this to try to make a profit on it, it's not profitable.
Now,
so we are looking into other venues to find things like private sales, private picks, flea markets, yard sales, estate sales. We're looking at other stores. I've seen some people on YouTube where they go into like Home Depot and they buy stuff on clearance and they're selling it on Amazon and eBay for profit. Yeah. Because online it goes for the full retail price, but maybe their local hardware store
needs to
clearanced out that nice fancy designer faucet or lighting fixture.
Right.
So there's like a YouTuber that we saw, they'll buy that stuff marked down and then they go and put it online for the full retail price and they make money on it. Which is very smart, very savvy.
Yeah, well that's called retail arbitrage. That's part of that. And that's definitely one of the techniques. That's probably the best technique to make a profit on doing that, buying new stuff. But so you're saying that you're trying to find new ways to maybe not spend as much on your inventory.
Yes, because ideally, because of the taxes and fees, and when you look at the eBay fees and shipping and everything, you obviously want your cost of goods to be lower, as low as you can get it. With some things, I know you pay up a little bit more if it's something really good, obviously, or if, like, you're negotiating on a price with someone and you're trying to make it fair for that other person also.
The good thing is about, I guess, one of the upsides of reselling is that the garage sale and flea market
are still like awesome.
They're still low. They're still lower than the thrift stores.
Because the people who usually sell at those places just want to get rid of stuff.
And they should. And that's the way you do it.
With the exception of some flea market people where maybe they know what they have.
Or they have actual antiques.
Or it's like a super rare antique and it's like, hard to find and they know. So they have it in a protective case and they have it at the...
Which there you're getting into that.
Which is fine because, they could set the prices however they want.
But then there's the person that either does clean outs and they just have... If they don't blow it out, they're going to sit on it and they don't want to because they got another clean out to go to where they're going to have 10 times as much.
Because there's some people that they'll buy up the storage units or do clean outs and they just want to keep moving stuff.
Yeah. There was one guy, I think we talked about him before. I think we did. But I heard him talking to another gentleman about his whole philosophy of reselling his own way. He doesn't sell online. But what he does all the clean out, buy out stuff, things like that. He gets all the good stuff. He gets the gold, the silver, the jewels, the guns, whatever's really worth money.
Whatever that's super valuable. And he'll cash that in.
And he has a number in his head. Anything that's, I'm guessing, like anything that's like under 100 or under, I don't need to sit on that. I don't.
That is good. I mean, if you're doing that a lot and you have to move all this stuff so you're not sitting on a mountain of things.
Point being, so I bought a bunch of stuff from this guy. I think I spent maybe, I'm going to push it and say maybe $20 at his table.
Good.
In 2 trips.
That's awesome.
I bought 3 pairs of pantyhose, vintage pantyhose. I sold each one of them for $25.
Wow.
$75. And I bought more stuff from the guy.
For retro tights.
For retro pantyhose. And he goes, I'm surprised nobody bought those. He knew I knew.
Oh, yeah,
They were good, and
it's a thing.
He doesn't, and he's not going, you're going to resell. He doesn't give it.
Well, I sold, this is going to sound really funny. They were new in the package. They were Hanes ladies thongs from 1997, still like in the package.
But missing 1 pair.
It was missing 1 pair.
But
I sold the 2 for $24.99, and I think I paid maybe pennies for them from another source.
So this guy just blows crap out, even though he probably knew those pantyhose were worth $25 a piece. He didn't care. And he doesn't want to deal with that.
Right. And it's a combination of things. Sometimes people are very brand loyal and they remember those retro brands.
You're going back to why people buy stuff. Yeah.
And they'll buy those things.
Oh, it's fetish.
And then sometimes it's just people being pervy and they like that stuff.
It's whatever.
And it's none of my business.
I do not judge.
We're not going to go into that. It's none of my business.
I don't. Just give me your money.
If you want to buy it, fine. Yeah. Have fun.
but I'm going back to the business part of when you go. So this guy is not the thrift store guy. This guy is. He's when he goes to a flea market, he vends there. And this guy, the one I'm talking about, he sold his whole table before to people.
Yeah.
Someone's like, I'll buy all this stuff you have.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, all right, I'm done for the day.
If that's the same person I'm thinking of, a few months back,
the jewelry guy.
I bought a whole box of plushies. They were 1970s plush toys.
That's the guy.
Like stuffed animals for $15. And there was a plush dog out of there that I sold for $75.
Yeah.
And then I had other plush listed, and some of those went for like $10 and $15 each.
So
and I got the whole box for $15.
More than major money back.
So I was like, sweet,
nutty.
That's awesome.
So that's enough. But those are the ones when I can find dealers like that, I love that because I love the clean out people because they want to move it quick. They want to get rid of it. And they've already, found the super valuable stuff. They're going to bank on that and then take all the other stuff that they don't value to the flea market. But they know it has worth. They just don't want to deal with it.
They just don't want to deal with it.
And they're not going to nickel dime you.
No, they don't want to mess with it.
They're like, and then at that one same dude, though, at the end of the day, like towards the end of that day,
sometimes they'll just give stuff away because he doesn't want to pack it back up.
He'll walk away and go, it's all free.
Yeah. I took
because he's a one.
One time he did that. I grabbed a couple knickknacks and then an antique picture frame that has a print of I think it's Mary and Jesus. It's like a really cool antique
mother
frame.
And child thing.
Yeah, mother and child it's in the frame is really cool. It looks like it's from the early 1900s.
Huh.
And I was surprised no one wanted.
Well, anyway, so going back to these thrift stores again, I know they're all about max profit. I mean, I don't know that much about business and how much any typical business, no matter what it is, spends on overhead or inventory.
Right. Well,
but
they get it for free.
Zero.
They get their merchandise for free. People donate.
Here's my point.
Yeah.
So they technically, because they're overhead on not employees, because that's a whole different thing. But every business has that overhead. But technically,
they are corporations. A lot of them do donate to charities. Some of them do charitable things, but. Savers and Goodwill, they are corporations.
Right.
They are making profit.
They can make so much. They can still make a lot of money because all of their inventory is donated. It's free.
Yes.
They don't purchase a bunch of inventory and then have to clear it. They don't do anything.
Right.
Right? They don't have to sell it all. If they make a penny on something, it's a penny that they pure profit.
Yeah.
So why look it up? But they do it. They'll go, hey, look this thing up. These shoes are worth. They sell for $50 on eBay and are sold. Mm-hmm. We'll sell it for $30. They could sell that same pair for $5 and still be fine.
Yeah.
But they won't. They almost do what a reseller does.
Yeah, and some of them will put stuff online too. They have like that Shop Goodwill site. And then they run auctions on there.
Yeah, but they're max profiting and almost max profiting instead of but and I'm not trying to say that I want stuff to be lowered for me to resell. I do, but
at the same time too. Let's say you're not a reseller. Let's say you are genuinely a person who
whose fault is that?
Is on a fixed income and you're looking for a bargain.
But is it But that's the question. Is it the reseller's fault? Because we buy this stuff and do sell it, and they go.
People do blame resellers for that.
Yes,
they do. Well,
but they don't have to sell it for that much.
No, they don't, because you have to think they're getting it for free.
Why do they care? Who
cares if someone's reselling it? Like, just move it, keep it moving.
So who suffers though? The people that are really needing the stuff.
Probably the people really needing the stuff.
You can blame the reseller, but it really does come down to the retailer. They don't have to sell it for that much. They don't.
Well. And there might be other places where people could get clothes if they need help, like maybe like a church rummage sale or something.
But I'm sold. I remember T-shirts being a quarter.
I remember the old days of
crazy
thrifting,
low prices,
where the prices were really cheap.
Dirt
cheap,
because they didn't spend anything on the inventory.
Yep.
They didn't need to make $1 billion, but now they want $1 billion, and they're making.
I remember when jeans were like $3 at the Goodwill.
Yeah, I mean, it was cheaper than that, maybe even.
I remember when like a $20 bill would get you a whole bag of clothes at the Goodwill.
Yeah, stuff like that. Not anymore.
I mean, yeah.
Right,
Back
Louie?
in the day in high school, my mom, we didn't have a lot of money. Here's $20. Go get yourself some outfits at the Goodwill or at
You
the
get
thrift
your wardrobe
store.
for the year.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Buy my clothes there.
So there is this like whole like back and forth between, but I said ultimately if it doesn't change the fact that all their inventory is donated, and then they're doing that wacky stuff where they have like their own like sort of private label stuff now, like a come Halloween, don't they have a whole rack?
They
of
had
stuff?
like their own like generic new Halloween stuff,
their own store.
And
brand.
I'm looking at this like I don't want like this dollar stuff.
It's
I want
just like God.
like where's the retro Halloween?
That's
stuff?
how much they have enough money to invest on having product made for themselves.
Yeah.
Crazy. Comments?
So, okay, lots of comments here. Okay, my son and I were at the flea market once and found a cool mirror in the trash that no one wanted, and we grabbed it and sold it later for $35.
There you go.
That's Ed Burge. Very cool. Yeah, sometimes people just don't want to pack it up.
Yeah,
they don't want to take it with them.
We did that a few times, like garbage picked, from a flea market.
Lon says, you make your money when you buy, not when you sell.
Yes.
Well, yeah, if you're buying something that
That's
you know
true.
you could sell.
Right. You need to do that ahead of. Right.
Yeah,
That's how
if you
gotta
know
think.
that you could sell it later,
Sure,
it's like an
You don't hope.
investment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got a bunch of cool stuff. I'll do some show and tell when you're ready.
Was going to mention the Goodwill auctions online, says Sears. And then John says, my daughters have been buying stuff off the internet site called Ola Online Auctions. Some stuff is dirt cheap. Ola?
Cool.
I have to look that up.
How much is the shipping now?
Probably just the regular price.
Whatever it costs to ship
It's just whatever they charge to ship it.
Yeah. Right, Louie?
Nothing wrong with that, Janet. Yeah, I'm all for thrifting stuff, you know.
Absolutely.
Whether you have lots of money or you don't have a lot of money.
Why spend the most money when you don't have to?
Why spend a lot of money when you can find stuff for a better price somewhere else?
That's how you keep any money that you
So
made.
it's good to shop around. It's good to
spendable.
compare prices and be a bargain shopper.
Yes. Right, Louie?
UFOs, no joke. Get yourselves a loan to pick up an entire estate at one time. We've considered doing that at one point.
That would be fun.
Or doing some storage units. But it's a lot of work, and you need a lot of room to store all that stuff.
You need your own storage unit.
Yeah.
That would be the best, because you don't want that stuff sitting in your house.
Yeah.
Like we do now.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, totally.
If that would just amplify.
Because I don't like the clutter. But the way I am,
I
I like to go through everything really quick. And like you have stuff that sits a little longer.
I can open up my own store, I think.
A lot longer.
Well, I got a lot of death piles.
You need to go through all that.
Yeah, I will someday.
You need to get rid of your stuff.
I'm like a squirrel. I got stuff for the rainy day.
Oh boy.
But
okay, Axel Slaughter says, I barely even go into Goodwill anymore because they overcharge for everything. It's crazy. Absolutely not a reseller's fault. It's a corporation's fault.
yeah.
Yeah, people have mixed feelings about it. Some people think it's the resellers. Some people think it's the corporations. It definitely, it's a corporate decision whether or not to charge prices for
of course it is.
Yeah, I mean...
Right.
They want more profit. They are a corporation, and what do corporations want? They want to make more money.
Sure, and and that's the thing is like, it's at the end of the day, as they say, it's their decision. They don't have to, but they go, hell, why not? Because we can sell it for that much. People are buying it for that much. eBay offers all that information.
Now, have I found good things at Goodwill and Savers before?
Hell yeah.
I still find there are still things that you can find at Goodwill and Savers.
Some stuff they don't catch. They don't.
And there's some stuff that they don't value or don't think it has value.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of think outside the box sometimes when looking through the aisles and really scanning things.
Or get lucky and find someone that just had an off day and price something that wasn't.
Maybe someone that's new and
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or go during days where they have certain sales and things like that.
Oh, yeah. And if you have a coupon or if there's some type of points thing, where you get a percentage off or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I'm 55 now, so it's official. I get my 30% off on Tuesdays.
Your old man discount.
Savers. So I'm taking advantage of that.
So if you're a senior, on Tuesdays you could get 30% off. If you donate something, they give you a 20% off coupon at Savers, which is better because the Goodwills around here don't give you anything for donating.
They had those like $5. No, not for donating.
No, for donating they don't give you anything.
Nah.
And in the past they used to give you a coupon for I think 15% off if you donated. So I used to like donate stuff I didn't wear, donate old stuff that, I don't use that anymore. And then
one day I was joking around, but I was going to take my socks off and donate them. Just to have something to donate. Like, why are they really going to say I can't do that? Why?
I mean,
it's a donation.
It probably happens. I bet people do that.
Let me donate my underwear just to get a coupon.
Throwing your socks and underwear.
Just to get a coupon.
Throw them in a plastic bag. Be like, here you go.
Here's my donation. Oh, yeah. You can't deny that because it is a donation technically. Maybe not the most sanitary donation.
Oh my goodness.
But
that's gross.
I can't talk about
No. Do not do that. Don't do that.
Well, I was going to talk about digging through clothing. I just can say that.
Oh, okay.
The other day we were digging through some clothing.
Yeah.
And there's just, this was unprocessed, I think, because all I smelled was cigarette smoke, and we saw some strange things in there too. So
yeah, there was there were, oh boy, all kinds of stains. Yeah, all sorts of things going on there. Good thing we had gloves on.
Wear gloves when you go look through things, especially like
when you look through certain things. Yeah.
So I'll do some show and tell. Is that okay?
Yeah, you get your show and tell ready. I'll read a few comments.
Okay, it's already here.
All my major finds I find in the garage, says Sears.
Yeah, I totally have garage.
So he could shop his own garage. He's got stuff stored in there.
Me too.
And John says, yeah, I get Old Savers discount also. Every bit helps.
Why not? Take.
WTF Horror and Sci-Fi says they accept only clean and washed clothing.
How do they know that? They inspect every piece of clothing? They don't know. These guys just throw it in the bins and wheel it back there, and then they get their little surprises.
Oh, my goodness.
Surprise.
So funny.
Well,
okay, so show us your junk.
James
is going to show us.
Family show.
He's going to show us his junk all over YouTube.
I was going to show you my booty, but if you want to see my junk,
so now you're going to see his junk and his booty.
A combination of junk and booty.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow, we're getting raunchy
I know,
here.
They'd probably rather see your junk and booty. Although you shouldn't have any junk. You should just.
I don't have any junk or booty to show right now.
I got you.
Because I was listing a lot of things on eBay today.
All right.
So I processed most of the things I picked up on Sunday.
Like I said, we went to a couple places on Sunday, and I went to the flea market on my own.
So I didn't set aside anything. Everything I put away and took photos of.
Well, I found a bunch of stuff. I spent a little bit of money, but it was I spent under $200, I think. But I found some really cool stuff.
Ooh, what's that guy?
This is I don't know, a devil mask. It's kind of neat. It's got some
Any markings on him?
Yeah, whatever was on there was like sort of sliced off. You can't really see it.
He was like cut on.
I could probably do a Google lens on it, see if it comes up. But that's cool. I mean, I got that and something else for like $5, so it's definitely worth it.
Made in.
Good luck.
Romania?
Really? It doesn't look like a.
It looks like it ends with an A.
China.
An IA?
Oh.
Oh, maybe it is made in China.
Probably the end looks.
You know what? There's a little. I thought it was a longer word.
This probably.
Okay,
China.
it's made in China.
It's probably China.
My bad. Made in Romania. That would have been cool.
Look, they work and don't shut off. That's not good. Yikes. I went to one vendor, and he's really fun guy. We bought from him before, but he just kept throwing stuff in. What is he? Just kept throwing stuff in Irish linen. What is this?
The kitties are fighting.
Okay, I can't hear it.
I'm gonna go and.
I'll let them go. They'll be fine.
I'll be right back.
What the hell is this? But anyway, the main thing I bought from this one fella was I was interested in some animation cells he had on the table. And here they are right here. I'm finding out what animes, but he had like 6 of these things. There's a robot guy, or a big head. You get Louie?
Louie was trying to fight with Jack.
Yeah. Louie wants something.
He was bothering Jack.
All right. I'm showing my animation cells here.
Ooh, those are cool.
So I bought, there's like 6 or 7 of them in here, and he wanted us, wanted like a few bucks, $10 a piece for them. But I made a pile, right? You do that whole thing. This is Strike Man from, what is it called? You're Under Arrest.
You're Under Arrest. It's an anime about women police officers.
These are probably all from like the 90s, right?
Those are from the 90s.
Yeah.
Probably late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
They're really cute.
There's a robot one. There's no Transformers.
Back when animations were hand-drawn.
But, so I'm using Google Lens to look up these things. But I think these could be good. That Strike Man by itself could be decent.
Well, and what's cool is there's notes in Japanese on these cells.
Yeah,
like, can you do like a close-up of the one where the notes are on there in Japanese?
Yeah, here. Maybe you want to...
It's really neat.
Here it is, right here. This one.
I bet Naoko would probably get a kick out of this. I bet she would recognize all the animes. She's really good at...
So these also have the pencil drawings underneath, too, the line drawings, as well as the cell.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So those are pretty neat. I think think this will get me my money back for sure. And then everything else is going to be the profit, because we did a multi-store thing. But the vendors I went to, where I went to the flea market, like I said in the morning. But he also had he asked me, he goes, "Hey, you might be interested in this Higbee's stuff." Higbee's was a department store here in Cleveland up until like probably the early 2000s. I think they closed down.
Yeah, it was a fancier department store.
But this is a print. But there's a roll of and I think these are they range from the early 70s to the probably late 70s or super early 80s. But they're just a bunch of these really cool. This is layout art for ads, for newspaper ads.
That's really cool.
It's just layout art on tissue paper with this is how they used to do print.
Commercial art before
they did have computers.
Careful with those.
Okay, I got it. But they used to do, they call that, Greeking and stuff like that. And the type, they just kind of fudge the typing. These are just layouts to get approved. And then they would go to an illustrator and an actual, And then, typesetter. This is kind of funny. You could see, this is Prismacolor marker.
WTF is calling them onion skins.
Onion skins,
Was that another name for them?
Yeah, because it's on tracing paper.
It's on the thin paper.
On tracing paper.
Oh, that's neat.
So, yeah, these are the onion skins for a lot of Higbee's ads.
I learned something new today.
This kid has a Cleveland Browns flag you can see he's holding up. So, it's, all locally stuff. Pretty neat. I haven't went through all of these yet. There's some pretty weird stuff. Interesting stuff, I should. Not weird, but,
Unique.
But I haven't went through all of it yet because it's just there's so much of it. There's even more.
Higbee's 15th Annual International Fair.
So you could probably...
And there's some, artwork there.
Lifestyle 70s. So this is from 1970s.
Those look very 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a really cool printed Buster Brown ad in here. Where did that go?
Buster Brown shoes?
Yep. I think it's in one of these. There's some other ad. I don't know if... I thought maybe I left it in the other one.
Oh, how fun.
But, yeah, here's more onion skins, I guess as they're called in the biz.
Some of those would look neat in a frame.
They would. That was
I bet a collector might really want those.
One that I thought was kind of neat.
Maybe they work in advertising and might want that.
At first, I thought this was an original paint. It might be.
Or they are nostalgic for the department stores.
Is this a gouache painting somebody did with airbrush and all
Continental or Capital Airlines.
I never even heard of that.
I don't think they're around anymore.
It's a print, but it's pretty neat.
It's a nice print.
Yeah, it's kind of neat if I don't rip it up.
Yeah, be careful with the paper stuff.
I love stuff like this because it's so unique and weird, and there's a ton of it. If I sold these for $10 a piece.
Yeah.
Just probably $300 or $400 just in this.
Because there's so many of them.
Yeah. Crazy. So I don't know. So I bought those just for something different. Ship them in. If I sell them, I'll ship them. Obviously rolled in a poster tube, so not hard to do.
That devil is Cliff Jablonski's father, says Seth.
He might be.
And Seth said this would look cool on the Erie Cemetery.
Maybe if it's not worth anything, I'll do that.
Yeah, we'll see. We have a lot of monster masks already, and
I'm trying to make
monster
money.
masks, the rubber breaks down.
Yeah.
They start to stink once the rubber breaks down.
So I got a lot of stuff. I mean, it was a nice mix of stuff. I found stuff that's personal for me to play with here. I found some VHS when I first got there. The first thing I found.
John says Higbee's had a cool commercial with the jingle. If you haven't seen Higbee's.
If you haven't seen Higbee's, yeah, I love that one. I remember that.
I think that was before my time.
It's out there.
I'll have to look it up.
Bone Jangler plays on his stuff sometimes.
Yeah, I like the old commercials.
He shows local Cleveland commercials.
I just don't, remember that as a kid.
Oh, hey, matter of fact, I was going through some VHS today. In the back, I digitize stuff as I work, but I got some. I ordered some tapes on off of eBay that were taped in California, VHS stuff, television stuff, and taped in the maybe 84 to 87 or something like that, but in the mid 80s. But a lot of the stuff, they're TV programs Get Smart, Lou Grant, Buck Rogers, whatever the guy was into taping, Twilight Zone. But a lot of,
Yeah, all those shows.
Yeah, a lot of commercials, unfortunately, were edited out, but not all of them, because I was watching a Twilight Zone episode, Rod Serling Twilight Zone, And the commercials were left in it, and I just looked up and I saw the son of Svengoolie when
really?
he was Rich Co's. Yeah, now this was must have been syndicated into California because these were recorded on a California TV station.
Oh,
so I was like, I was yelling at you to look real quick.
Oh yeah. I saw it for a second.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see the rest of it later.
Yeah, so that was just fun to find. Anyway, so you never know what you're going to find in these tapes, but I got a couple of tapes here. This one says Discovery Channel. This was Denise Austin's Rock Aerobics. I remember her. I think she was was Denise Austin a Cleveland person? I thought she was, but I remember her show in the morning.
I just know she was a workout lady.
Maybe that's all she was. Just
she had a TV show.
Yeah, I remember that show. Xanadu, Superman, Empty, it says. So I don't know if these are recorded off of TV or if they're recorded off of...
Chuck says she's still around.
I'm sure. See, that's the thing, too. A lot of people taped stuff off of other videotapes, too, like movies, so those aren't anything good. But you never know. Sometimes they're taped off of TV. And if they have the commercials, even better. This is a tape, a mystery one. Don't know what's on that, but it's a recordable.
The Bargain Barons are here.
Grease, Police Academy, Exercise Show.
Exercise Show.
I wonder if it's that one from the 80s. This is an older tape. This is an 80s tape right here. I know it.
Speaking of exercise shows, we did find on YouTube Richard Simmons' talk show.
Oh, yeah.
Those were funny.
We watched that Pauly Shore. People on the internet should play Richard Simmons in a biopic.
Yeah, Richard Simmons short film. And it was pretty decent. Like, I actually liked it. But I guess they made that movie without his permission.
He's not, the real Richard Simmons is not into it.
He wasn't into it at all. And it sounds like at this point in his life, he just wants to live a private life and be left alone.
Yeah, he's a private guy.
So he's just enjoying time at home with his dogs and just wants to not be bothered.
That got me thinking, well, I wonder, because he used to have a prime time-ish, like 7:30, I believe it came on. 7:30 time half-hour exercise show in the early 80s, and we looked it up on YouTube. I mean, they just about have everything up there now.
People are so wonderful for putting some of these old shows and videos on YouTube.
And someone uploaded at least several episodes of that show, and I got to show that to you.
Oh, it was wonderful.
It was pretty funny, I was like, and I remember the theme song. It was like
everyone's in spandex and leg warmers.
It's very interesting poses.
It's so 80s.
Yeah. It's very, there's a lot to look at. Let's put it that way. Well,
of course, they had a bunch of attractive women in the audience doing the exercising.
And they were wearing the leggings with the thong.
Yeah, and of course the cameraman is probably pervy and
some of the exercises, like you get on all fours and kick your knee back.
So of course they're going to show you those
it is what
poses.
It is, right?
They want to retain the audience.
This last tape says, When Winnecta Community Theater presents Night of January 16th from February 1st, 1991. So it's like a community theater play.
Oh, wow.
So that might show up on our YouTube. Who knows?
And the Bargain Barons, thank you for the $5 super chat.
Oh, thank you.
With little smiley face heart emojis. Yay.
Yeah, I wish I don't have
And if you guys have not seen the Bargain Barons YouTube channel, check them out. They go out to yard sales and estate sales and stuff like that, the same as us. But they are huge collectors, and they look for antique items. And Karen does an amazing job restoring old furniture.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. She'll take these old, beat-up furniture things and make them look magical.
Did I lose it already? Maybe I didn't. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay.
Sears says it's all about the TNA. Yeah, I mean,
it kind of is.
Yeah, it was with some stuff, yeah.
What is this?
But it was really blatant in this exercise show we saw. It was really funny. It was like, really? All right.
A lot of polka. Who is some polka?
Amanda says, I like it when the old commercials are left in.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yes. We love it.
So, I know. I'm weird like that. Well, I'm not weird, but I'm excited about it, too. And like I said, I've got some cool stuff off these tapes so far. It was just like a $30 investment. So, and I think seeing that Svengoolie spot, I mean, that's when he was calling himself Son of Svengoolie in the early 80s, when he was on. So that's going to be fun. We'll definitely put that up on our YouTube. Check that out.
People would love it.
So this is probably the best thing I found at the flea market this week.
Oh, do a close-up of it.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's a little book. You can see it now.
It's a little tiny book.
It's a little book. And
it's a little itty-bitty book.
On the spine it says Lighthouse Keeper's Daughter. I almost didn't buy this, but I got this and a couple other things for $10 from this one vendor. It's really cute. It's like a little book, and it just says, and it's just, and I Googled it even before I bought it, and I couldn't find anything on it. I was surprised, except for a book that was written recently by, and has nothing to do with this. It was just the same title. But the only information on the inside, it says The Lighthouse Keeper's Daughter, a true story, Philadelphia, 1224 Chestnut Street. That's all it says.
Do you want me to put it up to the camera?
Careful with it.
I will.
So I finally got around to looking it up.
So how old is this thing? It looks pretty old, right?
I don't really know. I have to look.
I mean,
when I figured out what to Google, pull back a little bit. It's not okay. That's perfect. So there's a few illustrations in there and stuff, and then there's actually a hymnal in the back, like a little hymn. But I did nail it down. Mm-hmm. I just typed in that exact information that was in the front of the book. And one thing came up on Biblio, it's called, the name of the site.
Oh, yeah, it's like an antiquarian book site.
Yeah, but they have one on there for sale for $350.
Woo! And it was a different color. It was like a red cover. And yours is a green cover.
They mentioned different bindings of it.
You have a few bent pages.
Yeah, but they're just bent down. They're not ripped. So just leave them alone. I'll deal with it later.
You're okay. I just unbent them.
Okay, thank you.
I unbent them.
Cool. Thank you. But this has embossed scrolling and then some like a little bit of a gold filling in the scroll, but and it mentions too in this on the write up of it that that there's not many copies. It's like really a rare little book, and it mentions like there's a copy that's not complete, and so it's in such and such library, so it's like hard to find.
Yeah, and most books don't sell for anything, but when you find like the unusual, like antique or vintage books, or if it's about an unusual topic or a controversial topic, sometimes those sell and they're sought after by collectors.
It has gilded pages.
Some of the religious books I've had good luck with, with certain types of Bibles or prayer books.
And that's what I thought this was.
Yeah.
Lighthouse or the Watchtower, I thought it was something like that.
Yeah. All different religions. I look for like the odd religious books.
Well, with the hymnal thing in the back, it says hymns. Yeah, I think it has some sort of religious connotation as well.
Probably. I'm gonna read some more comments.
Yeah, go ahead. But I don't know what I'm obviously gonna try to sell it. I mean, but I almost didn't buy it too. That's
it would
the
be
other
easy
thing.
to ship. I
think I set it down and then went, this is something different. I could, you get that
Your spider sense was tingling.
Especially when you look up something. That's another thing. You ever look up something and can't find anything on it? I'm like, oh, this has got to be something weird. If I can't find anything on it.
Especially something like that, I know I don't have to look it up until I'm home later.
Yeah.
I just go on a hunch and I'm like, well, this could be good. I'll just grab it if it's cheap.
And that's what I was going on.
Yeah.
Even though I tried to look it up and nothing.
Okay, Matt says, hey guys, this is Matt from Ghoul Brothers.
There's Matt.
Woohoo! It was so great seeing you at the show over the weekend. I am watching with my daughter Emma right now. Hi, daughter Emma.
Emma.
She has become such a huge fan and wanted me to say hi. Hi. Cool.
Yeah, that was great to meet them and see them there.
Whittle Bunna. Bunna?
Little Bunna?
Whittle Bunna.
Mm-hmm.
Sven was syndicated in Boston as son of Sven Gulli in the early 80s, which was when I first saw him.
Yeah,
wow.
He must have got to California, too, because, like I said...
He was on in other cities.
It was Channel 44, I think this is. But, yeah, definitely we'll have to put that up. Isolate it.
And Sears says that's something you don't see anymore at the tiny books.
Yeah.
And Michael says vintage books are popular.
This one's great.
John says the Topps Sport Card Company used to have monster flip books. Love to have those, but they sell for a fortune. Wow, monster flip books. Mm-hmm. I don't think we've found those. Let's see. Watching with my daughter Ellie, not Emma. Wrong daughter. Oh, okay. Oops. So Ellie and Emma. Hello, girls.
Get it right, the kid. Yeah. Get it right, Janet.
They even had exercise shows for kids, says Wiki. I remember Slim Goodbody.
Slim God, yeah, he was almost like a Richard Simmons kind of guy.
Yeah, he was fun.
He had the curly hair.
He was on PBS.
It was weird, but he wore the suit.
He had that bodysuit
see
with
all
the
organs and the skeleton.
Yeah.
He would teach you about different parts of the body.
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah, Slim Goodbody. Yeah. That would be a good fight. Somebody versus Richard Simmons. Well, maybe Pauly Shore should just try to do that movie instead.
I have never seen... Well, I only saw a Richard Simmons cosplay once. One of our friends did a zombie Richard Simmons.
Maybe I could be Fat Bad Body. Fat dad body.
Dad body.
Hi, I'm fat dad body.
Dad body instead of slim body. I remember, let's see, Marty says, do any of you out there remember the Lawson's Big O commercial?
For the orange juice.
And then John Biggin says he remembers that.
Yeah, that's for their orange juice, yeah.
Draugr says, slim good body, but make it a horror film.
Why not? Everyone else is just doing Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Willie, horror film.
Why not?
Winnie the Pooh.
I mean, they make a movie on anything now, so why not?
Yeah.
John Biggin says the Olsen twins also had their own exercise videos.
I don't remember those, and I ain't watching those.
They had a lot of straight-to-video stuff that was geared towards kiddos.
Yeah.
You know, like, kind of like, there was one where they were like, it was kind of like a Sherlock Holmes parody.
Huh.
Where they were like solving a mystery. It was cute.
Why am I getting fat? I don't know.
Seth says Richard Simmons should do a movie where he plays Pauly Shore. There you go. That would be hilarious.
Hey, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hi.
But at this point, it sounds like he just wants to be left alone.
He
doesn't want to be bothered.
That dude is worth so much money.
He's got his money. He's retired now. He's fine.
He's smart.
He's just living a quiet life.
Yeah, he don't need all that crap. Look what happens. You stick your neck out and look what happens to you. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So, okay, yeah, we had our thrifting adventures. We have stuff that we need to list.
You're working on a new model for this year as far as how to thrift and economically. Yes. And how to make a better profit.
I'm trying to be more choosy, trying to watch what I spend for the cost of goods so you have more profit.
There's a plan in place here. She's working on something, and maybe she'll...
And I want to clear out some of the old stuff to make room for the new stuff this spring and summer.
Get it out of here.
So I've been sending out like 10% offers. I've been sending out coupons for 10% off. A lot of my items I'm open to reasonable offers. On my Mercari store, my little backup store, I marked down a lot of things on there for like $5, $8, just to like get rid of it and, you know, focus on other things to like look for better stuff. Mm-hmm. Your house must be jammed with stuff.
It is.
Parts of it are, yeah.
Parts are jammed, literally jammed.
I want to unjam it. I want to unjam the stuff.
Jam it, Janet.
Because, we need room for us. We need room for, relatives when they visit. So
he threw a bunch of... there was one cassette tape in here that I wanted. I asked him how much the cassettes were. The same guy got the posters and the cells from. And he just kept, we know who this guy is. But he just kept throwing stuff in my bag and saying, just take all this, make a bigger pile.
Chuck says hoarders. Yeah, a little bit.
A
little bit.
Unintentionally, but yeah.
But it's not like the TV show. It's not that bad.
No. We know where all our cats are.
The cats are taken care of. Yeah. We clean the kitchen.
Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah, we know. Yeah.
We don't leave dirty food.
We didn't lose mom somewhere. Like,
mom isn't lost under the stuff. Yeah. We didn't get lost under a pile of stuff yet.
I found there's a Dweezil and is it Dweezil and Ahmed? Who is this? I don't think it's Ahmed. Yeah, it's Dweezil and one of the. Well, anyway.
Frank Zappa's kids.
Couple of Zappa's Frank Zappa's kids.
Oh, Zappa's cool.
Yeah, shampoo horn. It's a sealed cassette tape. This could be really good. But he kept throwing all this stuff in my bag. He goes, "Here, take all of it for $5, okay?"
And Bargain Barons asked, are you guys into old slides, like slideshow slides?
Yes.
It's mostly old slides, probably of people's vacations
somewhere. Yes. We have some. A project going on called...
The Rescued Reels Project.
Yes.
Rotten but not forgotten.
There you go.
We, the media that we find, we archive. And recently I put out a video of some home movies from the 1970s where a family goes to Cedar Point.
Insane. Oh.
And they go on like a boat ride, and you get to see the old Cedar Point amusement park that's in Sandusky, Ohio. And
but we have tons.
We have tons of stuff like that, like slides, VHS, 8mm film,
reel-to-reel recordings.
I've got some 16mm film that I'll probably have to have another company digitize for us because they don't. The film scanners that you can buy that are 16mm. Are like super expensive.
Yeah, we have, and we do collect all this kind of stuff. Cassette tape. If there's stuff, here's a Sorgatron tape right here. Looks like it might be blank, but if stuff's taped on 8-track, we're ready for that too. Recordable records from back in the day.
They said they're gonna send some.
Oh, ooh. I've got a crap load of slides. I cannot wait to go through all of them. I mean, there's so much. Yeah, we're just hoarding that stuff too, and digitizing it and trying to make it a part of our Rescued Reels project.
Yeah, so it's a playlist that's on our channel. It's like a spin-off.
Yeah.
Maybe one day it'll have its own YouTube channel if it builds up a little more. But for now, it's just on a playlist on our channel.
What's on these?
We are constantly on the lookout for you guys for old VHS tapes, etc. Wow. Well, if you guys send us anything, Bargain Barons, we could cover the shipping. Like
Absolutely.
we can send you the shipping costs through
reimburse,
PayPal.
or reimburse.
Because especially international shipping,
Yeah.
like shipping to Canada's pricey, and I'm sure shipping to the States is pricey for them.
I'd be more than happy to do that.
Yeah. It would be really cool if the families in the videos found it from your YouTube. Yeah, you never know. So I think in the one video I put in the description, is this your family?
Yeah.
Because we don't know who the family is.
Isn't there a place that does that?
There are there's an Instagram account that does that.
They go, look, we're putting this stuff up.
They put it out, and they're like, hey, if you know the people, have them message us. Yeah. So they can get a digitized version of it.
Shark. Who's that? That's an interesting looking.
Denise says Charles Phoenix does shows of old vacation slides. I'll have to look him up.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of different places out there that do this, which is interesting to me, like found footage and things like that.
Sears says, careful emptying your house out of all that stuff. It might be holding your house up.
Yeah, well, I wonder that too sometimes.
I mean, we could probably build one of those tiny houses out of VHS tapes.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, so after you digitize everything,
build a house with
let's build a tiny house out of VHS tapes.
Use that for like the...
We thought of it first, the internet.
Boom. The Elder Scrolls t-shirt.
All kinds of junk you found.
He kept throwing stuff in my bag and in my box.
mean, not junk. I mean, valuable treasures.
Valuable treasures, yeah. So hopefully I do good with some of the stuff I bought. We'll see. But it's just, it's the thrill of the hunt. Mm-hmm. And then me make a little profit off it, which is always nice, Put some food on the table and roof over your head.
Speaking of food on the table.
You're hungry, ain't
What's
you?
for dinner tonight?
I'm going to make some pasta with that sauce we bought called Yo Mama's.
Yeah, we're going to use
sauce.
Yo Mama's pasta sauce. It was on clearance at the
That's
Giant
a thrifty
Eagle.
thing you could talk about.
Oh, yeah. So, speaking of thrifty, we were at the Giant Eagle just picking up a few things
grocery
today.
store.
The local grocery store. And they had some carts by the register of clearance merchandise. And they had Yo Mama pasta sauce.
Yo Mama's pasta sauce.
Marinara sauce, $2 a jar.
So, and I think when I think it was like $6 originally.
No added sugar. It said low sodium.
No flavor.
No, I'm sure it'll taste fine.
So yeah, I'll grill some chicken.
But it looks like it could be like a nicer, healthy alternative.
I'll grill the chicken and cut it up and make the pasta. You put Yo Mama's pasta sauce on it. And
yummy pasta.
Garlic bread, all the good stuff. It'll be fun.
Carbs, yum.
I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
Well, we're gonna probably sign off soon, but because we've been going like an hour and a half now, just about.
That's fine. I mean,
which is great because we haven't done a podcast in over a month, guys, and we were missing it.
Yeah, and missing you all, and we missed. We didn't do our show Friday night because of the Saturday show. The convention we went to on Saturday. So, but this Friday night we're going to do another episode of the Harry Scary Hangout. We'll be back.
So we'll announce it on the Facebook group and the Facebook fan page and on the YouTube community section. What the movie will be once we can figure it out and make sure that
it's good to go.
That it's good to go, hopefully. And we will see you guys on Friday.
That's right. Well, again, it was a pleasure seeing a lot of some of you were in the chat today, but it was great seeing you guys out there at Monster Fest Mania.
It was great to see people in person, and it's good to see you virtually as well. But for now, hey, good night, good fright. Mwah.
That's right. We'll see you later, guys. We'll see you next time here on Living
the Scream.
And cut.
And we're